Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast. My name is Tom Borg, and with me I have Mr. Scott Hinz, principal of Total Quality Construction. Now, the purpose of our broadcast today is to inform the viewers about some of the things they should know about if they're thinking about remodeling or they're thinking about building a new home, and things they should know about choosing a good contractor. So, Scott, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Scott, one of the questions that always comes up for people that are thinking about doing the work we're talking about here is who's the best contractor to go with? Who's the best remodeler to go with? What makes your company different? What do you focus on that makes you so exceptional?
Well, our big focus is on our process. Um, we are a design build remodeling company. So basically what that means is um, it's kind of a given that, contractors are to give their customer a quality product, where we really strive to make sure that we're also providing um, a very high standard process so that entire remodeling project is a pleasant experience for the customer. And we start out by basically building the entire project on paper or on computer, if you will, before any construction begins. So the entire process is built based on clear communication, a lot of customer interaction with the appropriate parties, whether it be sales, design, production. We make sure that we try to answer all the questions before the project starts.
Mm-hmm. Sounds great. So I know when people are choosing a remodeler, they're picky. They want to know that they're getting someone that's got quality in their backyard. They're really good at what they do. What are some of the things you do that make the process so easy for the customer to appreciate?
So I guess let me give you a brief run through of how our process works. So
Mhm.
our process, if you call us to come out to do an estimate, um, the very first thing that's going to happen is you're going to, our project coordinator is going to answer the phone,
Mhm.
and she is going to take down your information and then have some qualifying questions that we ask as the contractor to make sure that we are a good fit for that customer.
Mhm.
um, Questions like, where the project is, what type of project it is. Have you ever worked with a remodeling contractor before? Time frame, budget, things of that nature. And then that information is given to the salesperson, and then the salesperson in the end has the right to accept or decline the project. And if we do decline the project, we talk to the customer and just tell them this is probably, we are not a good fit for one another, but here's a recommendation on someone that we think would be a good fit for you.
Nice.
If it is a project that we are willing to take on, then we send a salesperson out, and it starts, from that initial phone call. Just constant professionalism, constant communication, even to the point where we show up to someone's house, the person's looking professional, they're taking their shoes off at the door, or at least covering
Mhm.
their booties. Um, we listen to the customer, find out what it is that they're looking to do, ask as many questions as we can to get as much description as we can to basically what we're doing is feasibility, one, and two, trying to create a project that fits within their budget. So from there, we take the project, we take measurements, we take pictures, come back to the office, put together a proposed budget based on historical figures that we have tracked through the years on projects that are similar, so that we can, some people don't have an idea of what their budget is yet. So we let them know. And if they do have an idea of the budget, we try to see what we can do to work with them so that we can meet each other um, regarding budgets. So from there, once that is done, we submit to the customer what we call a design agreement. And basically what that says is, here's your proposed budget for the project that you want to do. We're going to charge a small percentage to create those designs, and then our designer gets involved and actually will create the blueprints and sit with the customer to make all of their material selections regarding what that project is: cabinets, countertops, siding, you name it. We do that entire process. So it now is designed on a blueprint, all the materials are selected, and we now have that project built on paper. We bring you into the office, put it up on the screen, and then you can tour the project. You can see what it's supposed to look like. We try to make it as realistic as possible so that you can see it, make revisions, basically design it until you love it. And then from there, once we have your stamp of approval, we send these plans and specifications off to our trades to just confirm pricing. And once the pricing is confirmed, we then submit to the customer the second part of our process, which is the build agreement. What that basically says is, this is the price to build this project. If you agree, we move on. So that's basically the sales process. But the communication has only just started. In a nutshell, that is our sales process. Now is the pre-construction or pre-production phase of what's next. So we at this stage, we've met with the customer a couple times, but now we're getting our production manager or project manager involved, and we have meetings with them to set expectations of what you should expect for dumpster location, how we protect the driveway, how we're going to protect the house, how we're going to protect the yard, security features of whether or not we can put security cameras on the job, how we're going to get an entry to the house. There's an entire format that we follow and explain to the customers, this is what we're going to do. Do you have any pets that we need to be concerned about? Any schedules that we need to be concerned about? Even to the point where, if it's an exterior project and we feel that we may interfere with the neighbors, every day, then we're going to let the neighbors know that, hey, we're going to be doing construction during these times. Please excuse our dust and noise. We will do everything that we can to keep it minimal and clean it up when we're done. Again, building that awareness of we will do what we say, and in the end, trying to make everybody happy. And then we also use a construction management program to where the customer, as the job progresses, they can view their schedule. They can view what we call the punch list. These are areas that things that we know we have to get done. They're on our punch list. They're on our radar, so that the customer knows that they're on our radar. And then as things get done, they get checked off the list. But we meet every Tuesday, our sales and production team, to update those punch lists and calendars just to make sure that the job's going as planned. And we also use an online platform for communication, for messaging the customer, and that can be done daily. We do daily logs, but these are more internal for our project managers, to let us know how the jobs are going. The carpenters also do daily logs. So again, communication, we're constantly communicating. When the customer replies to one of these messages, it goes out to all of us. So there's no question on who do I send this message to. It's going to go to all of us, and we internally know who's responsible and whose specific job duty falls under whatever that category is. So, and we make sure we put down a lot of dust containment, because I feel like a big miss for a lot of remodeling projects is you could build this great project, but cleanliness. And we put floor coverings down everywhere. We put up plastic barriers to contain the project, to contain dust. We do a mid-construction cleaning, typically after drywall, because that is one of the messiest stages of the project, and a final cleaning. And all of our trades and employees know to clean up every day, but we do two major cleanings, one mid-job and one at the end of the job. And we just make sure that by the end of the project, we also do a mid and final meeting with the customer physically on site, just to make sure, are you happy? That's basically what that meeting is for. Are you happy? And is there anything that we need to do to make any changes? Would you like to add anything? And basically say thank you for hiring us for this project.
So it sounds like communication is what you guys are all about, from the beginning right on through to the end of the project.
Yes, lots and lots and lots of communication, and basically it was built off of, in the beginning, as a smaller company, typically you start off with one project manager, and they're trying to wear many hats, and just that one person has this focus on customer service. So when we break it all apart, and you're getting more attention per section of whether it's design or sales, that we are all communicating so that everybody is on the same page and everybody knows what their expectations are, and everyone's aware of what it is that they're supposed to be doing. So it's good. And our team, we take a lot of pride in the process, and the quality product is a given. I mean, that there's no exceptions. So, but by the end of the project, we want to make sure that the customer says, yes, my project turned out great, and the experience I had was so far different than any experience that I've been through with a remodeling contractor, that I would definitely hire them again for the next project. So, yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like communication is so important to this process. Satisfaction of the customer is top priority. And in the long run, what you're trying to do is just really build a satisfied customer who is really excited and happy with either the remodeling job or their new build. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah, and we do a lot of projects for customers that have been customers for decades, and we built relationship with these people. So we're trying to build relationships with all of our customers, so that next project comes, you think of us first. So to me, doing a nice product is one thing, but doing a nice product and just loving every minute of the experience, even though at times it's stressful, we're there to walk you through it with good, positive, professional people all the way.
Excellent. Well, Scott, if our listeners want to get a hold of you, I know we'll put the information up on the screen, but if someone's just listening to this podcast, how can they get a hold of you?
Our website is www.totalqualityconstruction.com. We have a Facebook page, Total Quality Construction. Look us up, follow us on Facebook. We're always updating and posting new blogs, and of course, you can call us at our office number. You'll find us. Google search Total Quality Construction or remodeling contractor in the Toledo, Southern Michigan area, and you'll find us.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much for being on the program today. I know our listeners picked up some great ideas about your organization and how you just might be able to help them. So thanks again for being here, Scott.
You're welcome, and thank you, Tom. Take care.
You're welcome.